Okay guys, on the boat this morning. I'm on my own. Richard is laying on a beach in Bali somewhere, alright for some. So I thought what I'd do is just have a couple of hours on this chain locker here. It's looking pretty grim, to be honest with you. We've got quite a lot of muck inside here. Got a bit of gaffer tape here. We've got a lot of adhesive residue left over from when we lifted the teak deck. The edges in here look quite rough as well when it was originally cut, presumably in the factory, so we'd probably look at tidying that up. We've got some adhesive over here as well and on the back edge, so I need to get all that off. I've got my sticky stuff remover, which seems pretty good at getting that stuff off. You can try with acetone, but actually we found the sticky stuff remover seems to work really well. Just spray it on, leave it for a few minutes, and then with a plastic scraper you can generally get off all of that adhesive. Yep, so give this all a good clean. We've also got some little gel coat repairs as well, so get that all flatted off and yeah, just see if we can make it look a little bit tidier. Okay, quick update. So I've managed to clean off all of the adhesive all around the edge here, and then just given everything a nice wipe down as well, and then just come across here with some 600 grit wet and dry just to see if I can get rid of the scratches. Bearing in mind actually there'll be teak over this, or a synthetic teak, so this doesn't need to be absolutely 100% perfect. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. That's turned out pretty well. And then what I've done here is just come down inside here with some 320 grit, and again just seeing what scratches I can get rid of. If I can get rid of the bulk, that will then just reduce the number of gel coat repairs that I've got to do. So yeah, I'm not too unhappy with that actually. That looks pretty good. So what I'll do is I'll carry on doing that all the way around this channel. But what I'll probably need to do first actually is, because we've got this sort of rather sharp uncut edge, or cut edge but not very well cut, I think what I'm going to do is get the sander with some 80 grit on. I'll draw a line around here. I'll just get this edge cleaned up first, just so I don't get any splinters in my fingers, and then I can use the 320 grit and I can go all the way around the channel. Okay guys, it's a week later and Richard is now back from his holiday, and the new stainless steel upright supports have arrived from the fabricators, so it's time for a quick dry fit. Okay, our upright is in position. We've just used standard screws for now, just to hold it in place. We will be replacing those with stainless steel items, but that's actually worked out really well. And when we actually do the final fit, we'll also be bonding this into place as well, but at the moment it's just held in with self-tapping screws. So what we'll do now is we'll get onto the port side. Richard's just removing a screw that's snapped off, and then we'll get this rail into position and the upright in on this side. Alrighty, so we've got a small issue with this side. We've got a bit of a gap there at the front and it's tight up. Actually, Richard, if you just slide it forward very slightly, you can see we're touching at the back there, but we're miles off the front. So what we're going to do is grind this plate off quickly, and then we're going to take a section out of this upright, and then we'll offer it back up, and hopefully we can get a good fit. And then if we can, we'll get our stainless steel guy to come and we'll take it over to him actually and get it welded up. Okay guys, back on the boat this morning. So before we ran into a bit of an issue with this upright. We did a test fit and the fit wasn't exactly as we wanted it. This top piece didn't quite fit right, so Richard ground off this plate and then we've taken it to the fabricators and they've re-welded this on for us, hopefully at the right angle this time. So what we're going to do now is have a quick test fit and just see how that fits. Okay, so that's a far better fit. However, we do still have a bit of an issue. It's just touching here at the front, and we've got probably a 4 or 5 millimeter gap at the back here. And actually, if you see our marks here, this is where we need these two to line up, and we're not quite there. We need to go about 5 millimeters forward. So what we're going to do is we'll see if we can heat this and give it a bit of a hit with the hammer. Okay, so that upright is now in place and that's a far better fit. We just heated the front of it and just hit it with the hammer, and that's just sort of bent over nicely, and that's given us a nice tight gap there on the top, and then we've just drilled some holes and put some screws in there. We'll be replacing those with stainless steel, but that's fine just as a temporary fit. So next what we're going to do is we've got some window templates that we made a few months ago. Now they're a perfect fit for that aperture, and actually what we need is a 10mm gap all the way around for the window sealant. So what we'll do is scribe the templates and we'll trim 10mm all the way around those templates. So those cuts are done, and that now fits with a nice 10mm gap all the way round these windows, which is the sealant gap that we need. So that is all good, and then we're just trying to decide at the moment. We're planning to have hopefully some sliding windows here. Pop and slide, is it we're going for? Slide. So they will go somewhere around here, and that will just allow us then to slide the window open and then let some fresh air in. And you can obviously look outside the boat as well if it's not a great day or whatever. You just pop your head out of there while you're mooring or whatever it is. So yeah, I think that'll just be a nice feature. Okay, so we've just marked where the pop and slide window will go with some tape, and that will work with our helm station here. We've got the steering wheel, dash pod back here, so that seems to be like a good place to have it. So what we're going to do now is just move that piece of template over onto this side. We'll just make sure it fits okay on this side, and then if that's the case, then what we'll do is we'll take some photos of this template, take some measurements, and then we'll send that off to a glass manufacturer and see what sort of bill we're likely to be paying for the glass, which I suspect, especially if we put boat on the end of the request, it's not going to be cheap. And the port side is in, and that works really well as well. We've got the seating area just here. We'll have a handle on the front of the window, so you'll be able to reach over and slide the window open. There's also a frame that goes on the back that's the sliding mechanism, so there's plenty of room for that as well. And aesthetically it looks good as well. I think we're happy with the way that that works. So next what we're going to do is just check. We've got some little printed wedges. So Richard's got a 3D printer at work, and what he's done is he's printed these little reinforcing wedges. So they're to go on the back of this profile here, this L-shaped profile. This is 4mm thick, so it's pretty strong, but we just think actually to add a little bit more strength won't hurt, and also it gives us somewhere to fix the upholstery cover that we're going to have on here as well. So we just need to check this for size, so we're going to do a little test fit with that. And what he's done is he's put a hole in here so we can fix down through into the deck. And then also normally what we'd do is use probably a fast mount like this, so this would drive into your surface, but actually what we've done is he's actually printed a wet little ridge inside this hole, and so the fast mount plug can actually pop straight into there, and that will hold our upholstery. So yeah, we'll just do a little test fit on that, make sure that works, and if it does, then we've got probably, I think it's 10 to do each side, on this side and obviously the other side as well. And I think we can consider that a success. We've got a nice tight gap round the back here. We've got a little temporary screw in there, but we'll be changing that for a bolt and washer, and then there'll be a nut and washer on the underside. We've got our little fast mount there for the upholstery, so that will give us something to fix to. And all we need to do now is just get more of these printed. So at the moment this is printed out of a hollow ABS just for as a sort of prototype, but Richard, what he'll do, he's got a 3D printer at work, he's going to print more of these out of solid ABS, so that should be nice and strong once that's bonded into place. And we're going to have probably 10 along here, I think there will be in total, so that should definitely give that some extra strength. And we've got 3 or 4 going up the leading edge of this B-pillar. Okay, that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one.